Yeah.
Hey special family, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Autism Mom, and on this channel we talk about everything autism and special needs. Today we're doing another fair use reaction video. So today's video topic is Risperidone. If you've been following me for a while, you know that my son also takes Risperidone. And I have been showing the pros and cons of Risperidone. But let's hear from a pharmacist what Risperidone actually is. Let's take a look at the video.
Weird medication side effects you've probably never heard about before. Risperidone. Risperidone, whose generic name is Risperidone, is a second generation or atypical antipsychotic used to treat bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and irritability due to autism spectrum disorder.
So pause there a second. So as most of you know, my son takes Risperidone and he has been having a lot of outbursts and meltdowns, and his psychiatrist offered for us to start him on Risperidone. So this is one of the medications on the list that if your child is having violent or severe meltdowns, that they'll offer this as a medication to help with that.
Because Risperidone is a second generation antipsychotic, it has fewer side effects related to movements called extrapyramidal side effects, like tics and other uncontrollable movements.
Yep, she never lied about the side effects. So far, we're agreed that, yep, that's one of the side effects.
Metabolic symptoms, including weight gain, are common with antipsychotics, especially second generation antipsychotics like Risperidone. Basically, men grow breast tissue and begin
hold that right
lactating.
there, because she never lied about the weight gain. Within 5 months, my son had gained 50 pounds. My son, they offered 1 ml. I said no. Reason why? I read the side effects, and they will scare you to death. I'll put a list of the side effects right here so you can see what they are. Matter of fact, just watch the videos. They'll tell you what the side effects are, but they're not pretty. The weight gain and the man boobs is the one thing that's still taking me out. And it happens fast, really, really fast. It's like opening the tap water and you can't close it because the child just want to eat all day. But let's continue.
And all we can really do is stop the drug or lower the dose, or surgically remove all the breast tissue. Follow for more.
I'm here to tell you, the weight gain is going to scare you. It's going to come rapidly. My son has gained 50 pounds in 5 months. Right now he's gained 100 pounds. And he's on a diet. His psychiatrist and his pediatrician have both put him on a diet because it could be bad for his knees. His cholesterol is up. He has food aversions, so he's a very picky eater. It's hard on the teachers and it's hard on me to find stuff that are low in calorie and still stick to the daily caloric intake. It is not a walk in the park mentally. I'm a mess. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm willing to go the extra mile because I can see the weight loss in him. He's lost 10 pounds so far. I can see it. His clothes fits better. His face is less puffy. He doesn't look constipated, swollen anymore. So it's working. But I had to come here and share that with you because, yes, there are pros and cons to this medication. I'm just telling you the cons right now so we get that out of the way because, yes, it's medication and yes, it comes with side effects. But let's hear from patient itself that did take the medication. Let's hear what she had to say about this medication and how it has affected her.
There is nothing like feeling so validated about antipsychotic weight gain.
Yeah, girl,
so
we validate
I'll
you.
put this in perspective from like my end. So this was, I would say 2 days before I went into the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Skinny.
very underweight. As you can tell, not happy.
We can tell.
Then I was put on Risperidone, and like, this is like 4 months later. We got a little belly going.
Yep.
And though this doesn't look like much, and I was still pretty petite, and then it messed me up mentally, and it didn't make me feel good about myself. So then the lactation stuff started happening, and I was taken off Risperidone and put on olanzapine.
So just in case they don't tell you, women do lactate and sometimes men do too. But men grow breast tissue. My son has breasts.
So we're gonna put this in perspective. This is where we started. Now,
okay,
get ready. This was me after being on olanzapine for 6 months.
Okay, let's pause at the olanzapine. So the last time we went to the doctor, because we go every 6 months. When your child is on risperidone, just remember, they will have you come in every 6 months and you have to do blood work twice a year to make sure that their levels are in the safe space, which they won't be, but okay. I just needed to let you know, because the kids start eating like there's no tomorrow. It's like they can't turn off that hunger feeling. I have a child safety lock on my refrigerator because my son would start stealing food. He'll wait till I go in the bathroom to take a shower. He'll close the bedroom door and the bathroom door. And by the time I finish taking a shower, he ate a pack of salami, a pack of Oreos, and he has a plate of goldfish. And he's smart enough to throw the wrappers in the garbage. Yes. Because I would try to restrict his food intake because the weight gain was freaking me out. I was so scared that he's too big. And he started stealing food. Now, all my cabinets have locks. My refrigerator has locks. It's like I'm living in a little prison here. But I just needed to let you know that this is what you can expect when your child is on risperidone. The weight gain will scare you. The constant eating will scare you. All right, let's keep looking. Oh yeah, I stopped there for a reason. So now we get to the doctor. She see the weight has gone up 10 more pounds from the last time he was there. So, and that was 3 months ago. So now my son weighs 153 pounds at 11. 153 pounds. This little 60-pound child that barely was gaining weight now weighs 153 pounds. So she's like, no, we need to do something about his weight. We have to put him on a diet. And I'm going to change his medication to this medication that this child is talking about, the olanzapine. And while she's talking, I'm Googling like olanzapine. I'm looking at the side effects like, we're going from bad to worse, or from the same side effects to the same side effects with another medication. I just burst out crying. I couldn't control myself because mentally I just had it. Because I'm like, I'm mentally struggling seeing my child just become obese. And now we're switching him from this medication where he's not even getting the full dose to another medication with worse side effects. I said, no, we're not switching the medication. I'm not doing it. I can't handle that mentally. It's not going to stop his weight gain. It's not going to slow down his weight gain. What is it going to do? And she was like, no, we don't have to switch. It was just a suggestion. Don't suggest it, because I'm not switching to worse side effects. The side effects were worse than the risperidone. It was a mess. But let's continue.
She's still petite, but like, I'm putting it in perspective. Like, that, I want to say it was about like 40, 45, 50 pounds in like 6 months. And after speaking with my psychiatrist, what they say is apparently in med school, how they remember olanzapine is that it starts with an O.
Yeah.
And you know what also starts with an O? Obese.
That's how we remember it in nursing school too. Olanzapine, obese. So I just had to bring you this. So there are also pros to this medication, and I need to put that out there. The pros for me is the meltdowns are less. The meltdowns were so severe that I'll get at least 3 or 4 a day. You have not had a struggle until you've had 3 to 4 meltdowns a day, or deal with them a day. Yeah. So that died down to maybe one a day, sometimes one every other day, sometimes one every 4 days, but it's not as frequent since he started the medication. The meltdown are less frequent and less severe. That is a pro for me, because let me put it this way, me and my son are the same height, same weight. It's a fight. My son's meltdown comes in the form of choking someone. Now you picture this, 1963 Sicily, not playing. Picture this, me having to fight him off my neck at 153 pounds, 5 foot tall. Yeah. So the meltdown are less frequent, but the appetite is not going anywhere. He's so far on the diet, he's lost 10 pounds, and I can tell his whole face went down. But the meltdowns, and I'm keeping it at 0.5. I refuse to go to 1 ml. He gets the liquid form because he can't take pills. I refuse to go to 1 ml because I can't deal with it mentally, physically. I just can't. So far we've been doing good. But I want you to hear from other parents what they think about it and other people who are taking it. So let's go to the comment section and see what's up. All right. First commenter says, mine messed my hormones up so bad. I missed my period for 8 months and then got it all at once and gained 100 pounds. Never again. Next commenter says, this medication made me gain over 90 pounds in a month and a half, made me lactate, and gave me permanent vagal nerve damage. See, pros and cons. It made my son freak out, pulling his own hair and hit himself. Took it for autism. Changed the clonidine, worked much better. I think they offered me that one too. At this point, none of them can tell me they're better than the other. All of them messed up for me. Next commenter says, when I was 14 and taking it for only a couple of weeks, I began lactating. I'm cis female. My doctor stopped it immediately. It was terrifying. Next commenter says, my son got Risperidone when he was 7. He has MCDD. It's a terrible drug. I saw my son turn into a zombie with weight gain and breast. My son also went through the same thing except the zombie part. I've never seen the zombie, but I've seen the weight gain and the breast. He also got shock all over his body, including his genitals. Dang. I believe everything the doctor said and followed their guidelines for atypical behavior. After 3 years, I helped my son off the Risperidone. I felt very guilty that I hadn't looked into the side effects more deeply. I wanted to help him keep his head calm. He's 21 now and doing quite well, but he's still traumatized by the drug. When he was little, he couldn't express himself, but now he can. It turns out to have been hell for him. That's the reason for this channel. Bring awareness from all corners and all sides. Risperidone made me start lactating at 16, and my mom immediately thought I was pregnant and I was in trouble, and I hadn't even had sex. It scared me too, because my doctor didn't tell me that could happen, and I thought I had breast cancer or something. I am a female and I wasn't on it for autism, but I tell every male or female about the symptoms when I hear that name. This is the reason for the channel. Sometimes people give you the medication, the doctors, and they say it has side effects. You as the parent, you as the caregiver, you as the patient, do a quick Google search. Google, and you'll see the side effects. I have seen the side effects for every medication they have offered me, and none was better than the other. It's a fact. The next comment is a little long. It's the last one, but it's also how I feel about this drug. So let's go through the comment real quick. There are a lot of negative comments about this drug. We had a very good result. My son has ADHD, autism, and ODD. He was 14, was becoming increasingly violent in school and at home, as did Ramsey, my son. I had to put push combination locks on my daughter's and my bedroom so that I had somewhere to run and be safe if he had an outburst for all of us or if I wasn't home. They were older than him, otherwise I would never have left them alone with him, which was the point where we were getting to. He was hurting me daily, and it was increasing because he was getting bigger. He is very verbal, and the onslaught of verbal attacks can also be horrible. Yep. They were about to take him out of school, but wouldn't put him in the specialized school because he hadn't done something bad enough yet. This sickened us, and I knew this would be at the expense of another student. That happened in Ramsey school. It was at the expense of another student, my best friend's daughter, and me. He is adopted through foster care. We needed him to have more serious care. We knew it was just a matter of time before something bad would happen to someone else's child or one of my own. They were telling us the only way that could happen is if we forfeited our adoption and give him back to the state. Why does that have to be an option? We didn't want that either, so we were on the cusp of losing our son. The doctor decided to change everything up and added risperidone. It was night and day. 3 days later, we had a completely different child. He became sweeter, non-violent, and for the first time in his life, we saw empathy. I agree. Unfortunately, the week before the med change, he did do something bad enough at school at the expense of another child. So he finally got put in the school he needed. I reported the school to CPS because of the way they handled our situation. They shouldn't have to wait until when it was obvious he was a time bomb. They got major fines and reprimands. I hope things change. Unfortunately, my son became infamous through the state because of what he did. My daughter went to a college 2 hours away. In one of her classes, someone told her of what my son did as an example of what can happen. It couldn't have been another child's story from another school. It was so hard for my daughter to hear. But don't just say no to a drug because it didn't help someone else's child. It was a saving grace to ours. He is 20 now, and although we have had our ups and downs, he is doing well right now and still on risperidone. He did get a weight problem because of it, but in our situation, it was lose your son or have him get overweight. We didn't want to lose our son, and that's the decision Ramsey dad and I made. It was either lose our son or deal with the weight. I was tired of fighting my own son 3 to 4 times a day, getting him off my neck. And now it is day and night difference, so I'll rather deal with the weight. I hope this video was helpful. If you would like to follow these 2 creators that did the video, this is their TikTok handle or their TikTok page. I'll put a link in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.